Hello and welcome to Lead Generation Website's weekly news video blog, where we bring you the relevant developments in Google and online marketing for small and medium-sized businesses in the UK and worldwide. I'm Robert Keating, and on this week's edition we have Google's PBN rampage. Item number 2, it's all about brands and topics. And finally, SEO ranking factors analysis. So, item number 1, Google de-indexes large numbers of PBNs. So Google has targeted SEO PBNs and has made an unexpected algorithm change that targets these PBNs and de-indexes them. At the same time, they're sending penalty notices regarding thin content to the sites receiving these links. And this is a global action by Google. It's happening in every country all at the same time. So what is a PBN? A PBN is short for Private Blog Network. Although often they are public blog networks in that they're publicly advertised and you can go and find them and buy links from them. A PBN is a network of sites that is set up purely for the purpose of giving links to other sites so they may rank higher. So what are the implications for business websites? The key takeaway from this is do not get involved in public blog networks. So if you're buying links from any kind of public service that you can Google it and find it and they'll sell you links, you must realise at some point Google's going to find this and they're going to penalise it. Plus they now have this algorithm, so they don't actually have to manually find them. They've got an algorithm which will identify certain characteristics of these PBNs, these blog networks, and they take them down and hand out penalties. So if a PBN service is being advertised on forums and is publicly touting for business, then you can be sure that at some point Google will take them down and penalise every associated site. So stay away from public blog networks. Okay, number 2, it's all about brands and topics. SEO is changing. Google wants you to build a brand and create content around topics, not keywords. So what are the implications of this for business websites? The key takeaway now is longer, more detailed pages rather than those laser focused pages of a few years ago. Don't make a page for green widgets, a page for blue widgets and a page for red widgets. Just make a page for widgets and talk about the different types on the same page. Item number 3, SEO ranking factors analysis. So last week, or 10 days ago, we looked at the search metrics ranking factors survey, and now we're going a bit deeper into that, looking at some of the implications of the analysis. Now, one of the big things that we find is most traditional keyword factors are in significant decline. So there is a marked decrease of instances of keyword in the URL and keyword in the domain. Now this is in line with changes that Google has made to what we call exact match domains or partial match domains, where the keyword that somebody is targeting is actually in the domain. It's no longer as valuable, and so it's no surprise that we see that these instances of having the keyword in the URL and the keyword in the domain are on the decrease because it's just not as effective anymore. Number 2, relatively few sites actually have the keywords in their page heading tags. Again, this goes back to the over-optimization penalties. You can optimize a page too much, make it unnaturally optimized for a particular phrase. Google doesn't like that, and it will actually drop you down the rankings rather than boost you up. Number 3, over the last 12 months, the average share of links featuring the keyword in the anchor text has declined. Okay, so again, this is in line with changes that we've seen in the Google Penguin update, where if you've got too many links with keywords in the anchor text, i.e. the text of the link, then you get penalised. So again, going back a few years ago, people were ranking with 70% anchor text. So what that means is if you had a page on green widgets, then you'd build, out of 100 links that you built to that page, 70 of them would say green widgets, and that would work really, really well, and that page would rank. Now, 70% anchor text, that will get you a penalty. Anchor text now, we're looking at less than 5%. So we really need to be building generic and brand anchor text links. Okay, let's continue. Point number 4. However, the higher ranking, then the higher the percentage of backlinks containing the keyword, and this share continuously decreases with each position. So what does that mean? Well, what it means is that although the instance of keyword in anchor text links has decreased, what we're seeing is that the higher ranking the site then the higher the percentage of backlinks containing the keyword. So you still need keyword anchor text to rank in Google. However, you have to be much more careful about how you build it. What they're saying is the sites that rank higher do have a higher percentage of keyword anchor text. Now the problem is that the way these changes have been made by Google, it favours larger sites, so high street brand sites, because they have a higher page rank or domain authority. And what we're seeing is that these larger sites can actually suffer a higher percentage of keyword anchor text. So for a big website that's been around for a while and has got some trust and authority in Google, that will be able to have a higher percentage of keyword anchor text than a new site. Point number 5, pages with relevant and related phrases on the page ranked better, meaning topic pages rather than keyword pages are what Google is looking for. Okay, we've spoken about this in news item number 2. It's all about topics and brands. So if you've got 5 different pages on your website about different types of widgets, then what you need to do is combine those pages into one general page on the general topic of widgets, and then add in some subheadings and so forth, which will order the content and make it more user friendly. So topics, not keywords. Now brands rank better. Looking at the data, we find that brands rank better, and very often what Google serves in positions 1 and 2 for any large searches are brands, often big brands. Google likes brands, and the algorithm now naturally favours these big sites. However, you can build a brand too and take advantage of these factors. How do you build a brand? Well, one way to tell Google that you're a brand is to build lots of brand anchor text links. So a brand anchor text link is the name of the company or the URL and variations of that. Now, content factors are increasing in influence. So the actual content that you're putting on your pages and syndicating across the internet is becoming more influential in Google's index. So longer content, we're talking about 1500 plus words, is now ranking better than shorter pieces. So again, this goes back to topics, not keywords. You can write more content on a general topic than you can on a specific keyword. Content with rich media is ranking better than text only. Well, that makes perfect sense. Google likes multimedia content. So put images, slideshows, videos along with the text on your pages, and you will rank better. Number 3, content which generates good user signals ranks better. So what's a good user signal? Well, we're talking about engagement. So we want more click-throughs from Google search. We want people actually staying on the page for a reasonable amount of time and not clicking away immediately. And you want people navigating through a number of pages on your website. So that's good user signals. It makes sense. It all makes sense that if you've got longer content pieces of 1500 words plus, and you've got video and images and PowerPoint slideshows on those pages, then people are going to stay on those pages longer because there's more content. They can watch videos and watch slideshows. So that generates good user signals. Content is important. You need some good, useful and relevant content in multimedia format, and Google will reward you because they will see that your users, that your visitors are staying longer on the pages on your website, and that's what they're looking for. Okay, authority links are still massively effective. So links are still one of the top factors in rankings. Without good links, it is impossible to rank for competitive phrases. So despite all the changes Google has made to its algorithm, the way it's looking at anchor text and over optimization now, the reason they're doing this is because links are still very, very important. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to clean up the index, clean up the search engine, so that the sites that they're serving at the top of their results pages really are the sites that got the best information and that answer the questions and solve the problems of the users. So a good link profile has more generic anchors than brand, and more brand anchors than keywords. So generic anchors, this is the text of a link, the anchor text. Generic anchors are things like click here, read more, visit this site. Brand anchors, as I mentioned earlier, are the company name, the business name, or the URL and variations of that. And then the keyword anchors are the actual keywords you're targeting, green widgets in London, or etc. So it also has quality over quantity, fewer links but from more trusted websites. So again, that makes sense with the dangers of over optimization. You don't want to be building thousands and thousands of links, but you want just a handful of links, more powerful quality links from a handful of trusted websites. That's the way to go. Okay, so what are the implications for business owners? Well, create multimedia content that answers your prospects' questions. Create this content based around the whole topic rather than a very narrow set of products stroke keywords. 3, obtain fewer but higher quality links. Okay, that's the end of the SEO video news for this week. As always, if you want more information, if you've got any questions, you can give us a call on 01708 208 889. That's 01708 208 889, or email on info@leadgenerationwebsites.co.uk. Okay, I'm Robert Keating, and thank you for listening. I hope this has been useful. See you next week.